Thanks, everybody. Anthony Vitale here with the PGA, your regional league manager. I'm here today to talk about PGA Family Cup with Don Rea, the owner and operator of Augusta Ranch Golf Club.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Anthony. I mean, this is obviously I love PJ Junior League and Family Cup, so excited to talk about what we're going to do this year.
Perfect. Well, how are things been going? How has Augusta Ranch been doing during the challenging COVID impacted season?
Yeah, I mean, when this hit, it was the last 2 weeks of March. Those are my busiest weeks, Anthony. So, we had to get through those. But, I actually made a 6-foot PVC stick. I called it my social distancing stick. So I'd walk around Augusta Ranch poking people in the belly so that they had social distancing. But wearing gloves and masks and sanitizing and doing the pool noodles, the whole deal, and we got through it, right? I mean, obviously it's still a hot spot here in Arizona, but I know everybody's taking the measures we need to take to keep everybody safe and for us to be responsible.
Perfect. How are your consumers behaving different than they have in the past?
I'll tell you right now, best May in the history of the golf course, best June in the history of the golf course. And what's crazy about June is we airified our greens in June this year. Typically we do it in July. So what I'm seeing, Anthony, is not my regulars playing more. I'm seeing more people starting to be regulars, and that's exciting. I, literally had a family come in and buy a bucket of balls and say, "Okay, where are the clubs?" They thought I was Top Golf, and that's a good problem to have. We actually have a bag of clubs now right outside the door they can grab and borrow anytime they want to hit balls on the range. So no, so exciting, and what a great opportunity to leverage some of the things that the PGA of America has to help our members become successful and just get on top of this demand, this newfound demand for golf. I mean, it's exciting.
Good to hear. And how, like, for events, how are your customers looking at events now, and is it different than you've seen in years past?
I mean, I think everybody, kind of has, it's like my own family. Katie's got some friends that are in her group, right? Everybody's trying to do, and she's not really going outside of that. I think families, in a sense, where there used to be cul-de-sac parties and those 4 or 5 families always stick together. That's kind of what's happening now. I mean, we're not seeing the 50 to 70 player groups, but the less than 20 groups. I mean, obviously with our governor, it's less than 50. That's great. And so that's what we've kind of done. Even the tournaments that get over 50, we kind of make them into their own little pods, always being respectful for social distancing and how people feel about that. But so, yeah, we had to be smarter and think a little more creatively to handle bigger groups. Yes. But really, the demand for the smaller groups and the families that like to spend time together is what's been great. And that's what's really been cool is the families getting other families who haven't played golf before over to the golf course. If only we had something that families could do together.
Nice. Well, that being said, how about programs like PGA Junior League and PGA Family Cup? How are they going to fit into the new behavior patterns at Augusta Ranch?
I couldn't be more proud of Dan Lindsay, a PGA member who runs all of our PGA Junior League stuff here, and what he's gone to, the lengths he's gone to make sure the parents feel comfortable and that their kids are being treated, in a or and taught in a safe way, right? Wearing masks. I helped out with a couple clinics. We're wearing masks. If kids need to wear a mask, they wear a mask, but we're keeping them socially distancing. And so I think when it comes to that, the families have found out right away that PGA Junior League is absolutely something safe you can do. We've changed some of the rules, right, on a national level, some ways to keep even the kids even more socially distant. And I think the families are recognizing that. So PGA Junior League is just doing amazing. And then PJ Family Cup, I mean, to take that format and turn it over to the families, I mean, the families were looking for something, and now all of a sudden we've delivered it to them. So excited to see this launch, and I can't wait to see what happens here at Augusta Ranch.
Great. Do you think both of those programs can be used as loyalty tools that keep your customers wanting to come back?
Absolutely. I mean, this newfound interest in golf is because it's safe. And I think moms, right, the ones that make the decisions are saying, what can we do as a family? And okay, we had PJ Junior League. Okay, I'm dropping my kids off and I got no place to go. Now they park the car and they just come in. That's what PJ Family Cup is all about, the family playing together. I mean, I think these programs absolutely create loyalty because it creates comfortability, right? I mean, you start saying, okay, that place, their bathrooms are clean, they're social distancing, they have foot pulls on their doors, Anthony. They start saying, okay, this is our golf course. And if it's their golf course, they're going to come, they're going to tell more people about it. So PJ Junior League and Family Cup, I can't think of two products that there's no other organization putting together something like this. Thankfully, the PGA is. And our PGA members are, doing well with it. The course is doing well with it. It's helping me as an owner, helping Dan as a PGA member to make more money and pay their bills because it's tough times right now, right?
Yeah, definitely. So we're going to go a little quick speed round right here, back and forth
Yes.
Q&A. So about your plans for your Family Cup this year, what format do you plan to use and why?
I think we just keep doing the scramble format. I know that maybe if one parent plays in, all three groups of holes, or they don't play three holes, but we're going to do PJ Junior League, 3-hole little flags. I know we call them everything different now, but that's what we're doing. It's going to be a scramble. I think that's going to be awesome. The alternate shot, I played alternate shots, where I've missed the 2-footer and my dad had to tap it in. I always felt bad. And I know my dad felt bad when he gave me a 2-footer, right? So definitely go in the scramble format. I think it's going to be great, and it's going to make the families have fun, and families can do high fives, right, Anthony? I mean, they're all right
Yeah,
to
absolutely.
breach
Yeah,
the
yeah.
social distancing. So hugs and
Inside the
high fives
family.
for the family.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So won't that be amazing?
Well, yeah, right along those lines with physical distancing outside of the family group being necessary, what do you plan to do for some pre-round or post-round activities, and how might that differ from what you would do in a normal year?
Well, I think it's all about signage, expectations, and telling everybody before they get there, this is what's going to happen. So it's all going to be about communication and just making sure that all the families know this is what we're going to do. Scoring and things like that are going to obviously be done differently, probably not on site. We can always email that to everybody afterwards so that nobody's congregating by that scoreboard. But other than that, their carts will be clearly marked, their areas will be clearly marked, their on deck circle, in a sense, will be clearly marked for those who aren't used to golf. So yeah, it's all about signage and communication and making sure they know we've thought of it before they did.
Great. And how about the staff? How do you plan to use your staff that day to create a really fun and engaging atmosphere?
Well, a lot of the golf course owners, being on the NGCOA board, we're talking, feels like the 90s again. A lot of people are playing golf. One thing we didn't do in the 90s is built relationships. We just were happy the doors were open. Well, now it is all about our staff treating everybody like this is their first time to Augusta Ranch. Because guess what, Anthony? It could be their first time to Augusta Ranch. And so the staff, just once we're all singing the same song when it comes to social distancing and what we're doing to protect families, to understanding that they're all new families. They might not know what a bag drop is. They might not know even how to drive the golf cart. So we've got to be very patient with them and teach them how to do those so they don't get intimidated. And then 3, follow up. Follow up, follow up, follow up, follow up. We need to make sure that when they're done, send them a quick email or text saying, hope you had fun today. We can't wait to see you again. Those are the things that make people know that you care.
Yeah, that sounds like a fun place I want to be a part of. So, quick, in 30 seconds, why do you feel is it so important for golf professionals to consider PGA Junior League or PGA Family Cup as a way to engage more players in the community?
Well, one, I think the format is all about family. And right now, if anything COVID has done, it's driven everybody back to their house to stay in their family unit. And that's what this does. I think even the business model of it for PGA members is going to help them, increase their students for their individual lessons. But at the end of the day, it's good for the game. And if it's good for the game, Anthony, it's good for everybody who's a PGA member and every golf course owner, because high tide raises all ships. PGA Junior League, PGA Family Cup is a high tide for us. So let's get on our surfboards and ride this baby in, right?
Perfect. Thank you so much for your time today, Don. Really excited to hear how the PGA Family Cup pilot goes there at Augusta Ranch. And we're looking to roll this out across the country. So the more programs like yours that get this done, give us some good feedback, the better we can make that engagement for those families in the future. So thank you very much.
Absolutely. Keep up the good work, and thanks for having me on.